we have a situation with Iran that something's going to happen very soon, very, very soon.
There are two paths to take. A military path, where we help Israel deliver a decisive blow. The second path is to negotiate with Iran.
Regarding the nuclear weapon that is often mentioned, that they, the U.S., won't let Iran acquire nuclear weapons. If we wanted to develop nuclear weapons, America would not have been able to stop us. The man who sabotaged the 2015 Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, better known as the Iran nuclear deal, is now back in the White House. The U.S. president has made it clear that something's got to give on Iran's nuclear program.
But we have a situation with Iran that something's going to happen very soon, very, very soon. You'll be talking about that pretty soon, I guess. And hopefully we can have a peace deal. You know, I'm not speaking out of strength or weakness. I'm just saying I'd rather see a peace deal than the other.
And as Donald Trump cozies up to Putin over the ongoing Ukraine war, Russia has offered to mediate US-Iran nuclear talks. But can Russia end the US-Iran nuclear deadlock? What's at stake for Russia in US-Iran nuclear talks? Will Russia play mediator or spoiler in the talks? We explain in the latest episode of HT In Depth. In 2015, the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, Germany, the European Union, and Iran signed what was referred to as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. The Obama-era deal provided Iran with sanctions relief in return for Tehran severely limiting the scope of its nuclear program. Iran, on its part, agreed to not enrich its uranium beyond 3.67%, a level suitable only for peaceful nuclear power applications. However, Trump unilaterally withdrew the US from the deal in 2018, during his first term as president, calling it one of the worst and most one-sided transactions for the US. The withdrawal was met with strong international backlash. The IAEA said that Iran was complying with JCPOA-linked restrictions and UNSC Resolution 2231. More importantly, European states continued their commitment to the deal. Technically, the JCPOA expires in October 2025, but the European failure to lobby a US re-entry, new American sanctions, and Iran's incremental rollback of its commitments has ensured the deal's progressive weakening. The Joe Biden administration began to engage in indirect negotiations with Iran in Vienna in 2021. But these failed to reach a decisive outcome despite reportedly coming closer than ever in 2022. Experts say Iran is at the threshold of being able to enrich enough uranium to produce a nuclear weapon.
You have seen my reports on the activities in Iran. The amount of enriched uranium at 60% is growing very, very fast. All of the activities are being carried out. All the strengthening of their capacities is underway. And we are seeing that at different facilities.
US President Donald Trump has expressed his desire to make a deal with Iran several times in his second tenure.
We're down to the final moments. We're at final moments. Can't let them have a nuclear weapon. I think that I would have had a deal within 1 month after the rigged election of 2020. They were all set to make a deal.
However, Trump has simultaneously relaunched his maximum pressure sanctions campaign on the oil-exporting country since retaking office. And this has emerged as a sore point for Iran, with the Supreme Leader making it clear that talks and the US maximum pressure campaign cannot go hand in hand. The arrogant powers in the world say that everyone must follow us. You can see it today, you are witnessing it. One clear example is evident to everyone around the world. They insist that everyone must obey them and put their interests above their own. Us first. This is what they are openly demonstrating to the world today, revealing the true nature of the West for all to see. Well, of course, the Islamic Republic of Iran, at least in my view, is the only country that has firmly rejected this. And the Iranian president, who was seen as a reformist and tacitly pro-West, seems to be in tow. In a big attack on the US president, Pezeshkian said, and I quote, "It is unacceptable to say, we give orders to do this, or not to do that. I will not come to negotiate with you. Do whatever the hell you want." Amid the deadlock, Russia has stepped in and offered to mediate talks between the US and Iran. The Kremlin, which has deepened ties with Tehran amid the Ukraine war, seems to have found favor with Trump as well, and this may stand Moscow in good stead to play mediator. The Russian position is that the issue of Iran's nuclear program must be solved exclusively by peaceful political and diplomatic means. We believe that there is potential for this. Since Iran is our ally, our partner, a country with which we are developing a comprehensive, mutually beneficial, mutually respectful relationship, Russia is ready to do everything possible for this. The United States is aware about this. However, there is concern that given Russia's strategic interests, Putin may end up playing spoiler. Russia is expected to play a delicate balancing game amid Iran-US tensions, as Russia's interest may lie not in solving but managing the Iran nuclear crisis. Moscow has hinted that Tehran may consent to restricting their nuclear program and enhancing transparency in return for the lifting of Western sanctions. Russia does not want the US-Iran tussle to escalate into a full-blown crisis. Iran's economic collapse will be a liability for Moscow, which has turned into a staunch ally of the Islamic Republic. A destabilized Iran could also complicate Russia's broader geopolitical maneuvers, including its efforts to counter Western influence in the Middle East. So, Russia is walking a tightrope. It would not want to wreck ties with Trump, who seems to be echoing Putin's line on the Ukraine war. However, Moscow may also try to use the prospect of a nuclear-armed Iran as leverage to keep the US and Israel in check in the Middle East. Will Vladimir Putin succeed? Will Russia be able to end the Iran-US nuclear deadlock? We'll wait and watch.